Hey, hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Swap. I represent Iris, and I'm looking after Nordic market, Baltic market, as well as the Eastern European market from ESEF perspective, especially for the product Iris Carbon. Today, with us, we have Riku Järvelä, who is from Basware, a large enterprise from Finland. And Riku is working as a financial controller at Basware. And very importantly, Basware OIJ is one of a company which has voluntarily filed the ESEF in Finland. Because as we know, most of the countries, they have kind of postponed the mandate to the next year. But then with Basware, who has done the voluntary filing, with Riku today, we would like to understand, their experiences about this thing so that the companies will be filing from next year a lot. Good morning, Riku. How are you doing?
Good morning, Swap. I'm doing well, thank you. Pleasure to have this interview with you.
Pleasure to speak with you again. Okay. So Riku, I have some set of questions I'm going to ask you, and I'm sure that your answers are definitely going to help everyone who's watching this video. Okay. Yeah. So first question to you, by the way, what do you feel? What do you feel was more scarier, the movie, The Conjuring, or the ESEF mandate when you heard it for the first time a year back?
Well, Swap, I'd have to go with the movie. I think that was way scarier. ESEF was a bit taunting as well, but yeah, that's something we could handle well.
Good to know that. Okay, so as an organization, tell us about when did you get started with the ESEF project and how did you plan for this?
Well, we started planning, I think, end of 2019 first, and then we had some internal planning, and then on Q1 2020 started to evaluate the service providers as well.
Okay, great. Okay. And what was your approach towards the ESEF? Like, was it clear as to how you would go about it? For an example, like outsourcing or maybe doing it everything in-house? Or did you have experts who knew iXBRL or you built your team from scratch? Please do share your experiences.
Yeah, it wasn't clear at first. We didn't have any expert within our finance team, so we kind of needed to learn from scratch. And the first impression was that we'll do it in-house, since we didn't really know what kind of options were out there. So yeah, so it wasn't clear at first, but then yeah, looking into it, yeah, we definitely decided to outsource.
Okay, and could you elaborate on your vendor selection process? Who did you evaluate? What was your decision-making criteria and the process you had to go through to finalize your ESEF vendor?
Yeah, we talked like maybe overall five service providers, and then continued with 3 of them. And we mainly wanted to see how is the user interface like, what are the deliverables and the qualities with it. So we saw some demos with the service providers, and based on that made our decision. So the quality was a bit hard to evaluate beforehand, obviously, because this was the first time, but we went with the global players. I think that was a safe bet, so to say.
Good to know that. Okay. Riku, as everyone knows, that 2020 came up with a lot of surprises. At the end of the year, we had a surprise, which was like ESEF postponement as well. Just wanted to understand what is the impact of this ESEF mandate postponement and the decision to continue anyway.
Yeah, that was a surprise, but we already decided that we should go on with the project. It was already in the late stage, and even before the postponement, we thought that yeah, we should do it and see this through, since we're gonna have to do it anyway at some point. So it made sense to finalize it now.
Okay, so how was your overall experience with the ESEF project?
Well, I would say everything went fairly smoothly. We got what was promised from our provider, and the quality was good. So, yeah, with good planning and communication, I think, yeah, we got it done well.
Good to know that. Wow. And what was the effort, then steps, and the processes that went behind the entire ESEF exercise?
Yeah, as I said, the planning was extensive, of course, but that made it easier then to execute the final filing. And yeah, I would say also the key to success was tagging the previous year financial statements beforehand. That really helped because then there's normally not that many changes within the next year. So yeah, you can just do the changes, and otherwise the tagging will be more or less the same. So that really helped a lot also in the planning phase.
Wonderful. I was to come to that query because you were talking about planning. So how much do you think the dry run with your 2019 annual report helped you? I mean, for those issuers who will comply with ESEF for 2021 annual reports, would you recommend a dry run with their 2020 annual accounts?
Yes, Swap, 100% would recommend. It helped massively. So it made it a lot easier, and we were able to send the tags or our files already to auditors beforehand and check with them that it's all good. So yeah, definitely helped a lot.
Wonderful. The audience would like to know the learning. So, did the 2020 annual report live filing have any learnings for you in terms of how you may want to approach the 2021 annual report ESEF process?
Yeah, let's say I wouldn't change much because, as I said, everything went fairly smoothly. Yeah, I would definitely plan for some days in the schedule because there's always last minute changes. So it's good to have some leverage in the process if that's possible. So I would say the final stages could have some room for off days, so to say, for unexpected stuff.
Wonderful. I guess the overall experience, going through this entire dry run and doing the ESEF filing has given you a lot of learning. So I just wanted to understand, what kind of advice do you have for the companies that are yet to adopt ESEF?
Yeah, I mean, outsourcing the tagging was definitely not a bad idea. So I would advise to plan well ahead, and of course do the previous year tagging beforehand already as a dry run, so to say. So yeah, with those things, I think makes it a lot easier.
Wonderful. This time with you and hearing all those answers were helpful. This information would be helpful for each and every issuer who would be filing for the next year as well. So before we close this, short call, just wanted to understand, any final words from your end?
Well, of course, we'd like to thank Iris for great process and great communication overall. So the deliverables were on time and with good quality. So no complaints here.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And again, thank you for your time for this interview. You have a wonderful day ahead. Cheers. Bye.
My pleasure. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.